And it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm not gonna debate with anybody because it's like at the end of the day, your worship, your love, your spiritual journey is yours. The only person who knows where they are going when they die is God or whoever is in the universe. You know, that's the only one who knows where we are going after we die. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people don't know. We know what we're told, we know what we read, we know like so if you feel like your way to heaven or wherever is through your worship in church, by all means, like live your life, but don't tear somebody else down to do that.
Right.
And I think that's my main issue with the way that the world is set up. People would rather tear somebody else down, or if it's not what they learned and from the book that they learned, then now it's an issue. When I tell you, like, if I were to read a book and then judge everybody off of the way that they're living, like I would be an unhappy person.
Well,
Like I am team minding my business over here.
I mean, and that's the thing. Everybody should be on team mind your own business. I mean, what was that song that said, "Sweep around your own front door before you come sweeping around mine"?
And the world will be a much cleaner place. Can I
Mm,
get an amen up in here?
amen to that. Shoot, man. But
Because it's like as long here's the thing. If you are my neighbor
mhm.
and you see me coming in and out with different men every day, and those men leave at the end of the night, then like at the end of the day, who I bring into my house is none of your business. Now, if you see me going into my house and these people ain't leaving, and I just keep bringing more people in, you might want to call the cops.
Well, even then, it's like, but again, I've always, had the notion of, hey, this is their house. They can do whatever they want. Now, if I don't see you for a certain period of time, I'm gonna be like, okay, someone might need to call either the police or you might need to send the
Send
church
some back up.
because
Don't send the police to my house because every time a cop go to a black person house, they get shot.
yeah, but I remember back in the day when the church mothers would
Mm-hmm.
they would roll up to my
Not
house like gangsters, high heels and everything, church hats and everything, talking about we ain't seen you in church in a while,
in a month and Sundays.
Where have you been, young lady? Like,
Lord.
so
Mm-mm.
like they don't do that no more though. We ain't got no
Okay.
real church mothers no more. We really
Yeah.
don't.
They all becoming them young mothers.
I mean, which is all cool because some of the church mothers they were young mothers at once too at one point too, but it's just the way things are done now. Like in my opinion, church is too commercialized. Church because like sometimes I go to church, what I'm saying, like, why do you need smoke and a million lights? For worship, I'm like, sometimes I just be low key waiting for Janet Jackson or Chris Brown to pop out from the back. Because I've been to churches where the pastor comes up from under the stage.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, like, is this a concert or or worship? I don't know
It's
where
all
I'm confused. Like,
it, like, but you have to also think like it's all about the show nowadays. Like the here's where I can tell you almost the exact moment where I don't want to say I lost my faith because I still believe that there's a God. I still believe that there is an afterlife, whether it's heaven or whatever. I still believe that there is tolls we have to pay for the sins we commit. I believe all that, but I started realizing like certain things about the church was making me uncomfortable. The moment I saw Tyler Perry lay hands on Bishop T.D. Jakes, and then he turned around and said he wrote a check for $100,000, and I'm just like, because when I was growing up, what I was always taught was do good in private, not for the show of everybody else, you know. And then I started seeing, the production of the church a little bit more. I started seeing that, oh, these pastors have private jets and Lamborghinis and, $1 million. Like, by all means, if you are working for it and earn your money and get what you want, but the members of your church should not be struggling.
Not at all. They shouldn't be, but and that's why, people are now crying out against that. Like you see people like there was a church in Detroit. I can't remember what the name of it was, but there was a pastor in Detroit rolling around in a $500,000 Rolls Royce. This man had a 14-bedroom mansion, across town, but his church is in the inner city in the ghetto, and the people around him, what I'm saying, like as he rolls in with his Rolls Royce, he sees, church members, or people who do or who frequent the church panhandling on the street. What I'm saying? He sees people, single mothers struggling to feed their babies, what I'm saying, or or they're starving themselves so that way their babies can eat. And it's like, and yet you expect people to continue to give in church. And the thing is though, even in the Bible, it says that God loves a cheerful giver, meaning that I give because God has blessed me. I give because God gave to me. Not I give out of obligation.
And that's the thing. Like, I've always tried to live by that philosophy of, if I have it, I give it. And I always live by that philosophy of, I'm giving to you not because I expect something in return. It's because I am fortunate enough to have it, and I am fortunate enough to be able to, give to you. If I have two burgers from the dollar menu in front of me, and you tell me that you're hungry, guess what? I'm gonna eat one burger, you can have another. If I have one burger and you tell me you're hungry, I'm gonna cut that burger in half and give it to you. Because if you are around me, the reason you're around me is because I love you. And if I love you, I am not gonna sit here and watch you starve. Like, I've seen it happen. I've seen my mother, and God rest her soul. I seen my mother. She would like go hungry. Like, she would give us all food, and then I'm like, "Where's your food, mama?" You know. And unfortunately, me and my brother and sister, we were um cognizant enough to be like, you know what? Take a little out of our bowl, pour it into this bowl, and now, boom! Look, mama, you got a bowl.
Yeah.
And, we all gonna eat. And I'd be damned if there's someone that I keep around me that I call my friend, my brother, my sister, whoever, and they're in my circle and they're gonna go hungry. So it's like, when I see pastors doing this, or I see not even let's take Christianity out of it for a minute. If I see leaders doing this, you call yourself a leader, but your followers are like struggling and you're doing nothing to help. CEOs of big businesses, governors, presidents, like, and the people that are under you are struggling. And we have that trickle down effect, that trickle down, like, all the stuff is up here, but by the time it gets to us, we like, the fuck is this? I thought there was supposed to be enough to go around,
Well,
you
and that,
know?
I mean, and we saw that with the pandemic. What I'm saying? Because everybody thought, well, we pour billions and trillions of dollars in taxes into our own government, but somehow the government can't afford to take care of its people.
I still ain't get no stimulus check.
Yeah, I would go.
I ain't get the first one or
Nah,
the second one.
I think like when you file your taxes, though, when you file your taxes and you didn't get a stimulus, that stimulus is supposed to be included in your income tax.
I needs to see it.
I know. I'm just saying because my husband's an accountant, so like he keeps me up to date on this stuff. So
I wish I had a husband
I mean,
one day.
it's really surprising. It's like sometimes I'm surprised I have one because I'm like, because y'all know me, I'm petty as fuck. I'm evil sometimes.
Come on, Petty Prince Jr.
My husband over here like, yep, that's right, you are petty as fuck. but
Period.
but yeah, but you know, but I mean, I will say like I'm very blessed in many different ways, but yeah, it's just yeah, like I said, the whole tax situation. They did say if you didn't get stimulus, then when you file for your income tax, that's supposed to be included.
Okay, okay. Well, let's see, because I've been having trouble with my taxes for the past few years. They finally said that I can file my taxes this year. So, like, and I think I'm owed back taxes for at least 2 or 3 years. So I'm supposed to be getting some good chunk of money this year.
Well,
You know,
file as fast as you can. You
yeah,
know,
I
because
need my
I
money.
know filing started February 12th this year because the COVID thing, they pushed it out a little further. So definitely get on that. Definitely get on filing. You know,
Yeah, I'm going. I'm thinking about either going to H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt. Somebody needs to give me some money. But ever since here's my issue. I try to file for myself, and then that's where I got messed up. And then it was just like, it was one year because I moved from Tampa to Tennessee, then back to Tampa, and then they were like, "Well, there's this chunk of 3 4 months where we don't know what you were doing." So like they put a hold on my shit, and it was like, "Oh my god."
ooh, damn.
2016 was a weird year for me.
20, I
Mm,
think 2016 was weird. Well, it wasn't weird for me, but it was very tumultuous. Tumultuous.
It was, but I found myself. I did, you know, I appreciate every time we have a conversation. It's a actual hefty, hearty conversation, and it's not like no regular degular ass interview where you're just like, what is going on? There's been some interviews where I'm just like, I need to get up out of here.
Right.
Like
No.
like
No,
ask me these questions.
right. But no, I try to like that scene. So I look at like when I try to do my interviews, I kind of try to pattern myself like after like the Breakfast Club and Joe Budden's podcast, only and Everyday People, only because they are willing to sit there and have like the full real conversation, with the artist or whoever's in the chair. You know what I'm saying? They don't just ask you, like, how's your album? And then that's it. No, they are very much like, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. And they just go off into a tangent. So, so those are the types of interviews that I like because then that's how you really get to know people. That's how you really get to know some of your artists. And that's why, a lot of artists come under fire for being freaking humans.
Oh my god, yes. And that's the thing, like I always want to pattern myself after like those artists where you just like you respect them. Lil Nas X, for example. Um, I don't know if you followed Lil Nas X or whatever, but recently he's telling his story about how he came to be him. You know how he lived with his sister and she kicked him out, and then he lived with his brother, and then he was like really depressed, and how he had the number one song in the world and he still wanted to commit suicide and things of that nature. I'm like that just shows me you're human and makes me love you as an artist even more. Like every song you do is a bop, first of all.
Well, I don't know. Old Town Road, like I wasn't really feeling it because I'm not a huge fan of country in the first place. So I really wasn't feeling it. So it was one of those that kind of grew on me. But the song that really made me like him, what was it called? The Holiday one? Yeah, Holiday.
Yeah. Hey,
That was the one
that's
that was like, okay, like we got okay, that's dope. And even the one that he did with Nicki Minaj, that was really cool.
he didn't do a song with Nicki Minaj.
Nicki or who was it?
Cardi B.
Oh, it's Cardi. Dang.
um
These girls, every
I I've been following Lil Nas X since his mixtape days, Monterio and all that. And I was like, okay, he can actually get bars. And then he did Old Town Road. And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, when I first heard Old Town Road, I was giving it the side eye. And then I became over it when the fifth remix came out. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
everybody wanted to be on that song. Everybody. And that's the thing, like, even for my songs, people, I get hit up all the time, like, oh, let's do a What You Want remix. No, no. Cause I don't need y'all remixing, doing like 20 remixes of my song. Or just the one song.
I want to be on the I Fucking Hate You remix.
That actually might happen because I actually kind of tweaked with it one day and I changed the key. And then I started kind of playing with the drums a little bit more. But yeah, I mean that actually might happen because and the funny part is that actually ended up being the most popular song on that album, and that wasn't even a single.
Put me in, coach.
I mean, yeah, I think that'd be dope. I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to do. Like now, I'm working on a remix for my song called "More Love." I'm working on a dance remix for that. I'm working like, I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that a lot of
I
people.
tell you this. What if, hear me out,
Okay.
take one of your songs that you already did, right? A hot popping song, kind of tweak it a little, give it a little bit more drums, a little bit more hip hop flair, and keep the original hook. Throw me on the verses, put that shit on my album, and we split the profits 50-50.
That's an idea.
Period. I'm
Yeah,
a fucking genius.
like, I mean, honestly, but no, I might have to throw in like at least a bridge or a verse or
I
like.
mean, do what you do. If it go on my album, we split the profits 50-50. You get the writer's credit, the producer credit. You already know how it go.
Yeah. I mean, that actually might not be bad. Just figuring out what song though. Just figure out which one.
I fucking hate you.
But yeah, I fucking hate you. Like,
I haven't even, I haven't even heard the song yet, but I like by the title, I love it.
I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna send you the whole. I'm gonna send you the link to the whole album so
Yeah.
you can like hear it. But yeah, there's a lot that I want to do. A lot of things that I want to do that I haven't been able to do yet. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited. But like I said, I'm still excited for both of our albums. I think both albums are going to do very well. Like right now, I think both singles are going to do very well. Um, if they haven't already been doing really good, but
I don't know. Like I haven't got the numbers. I'm kind
yeah, we
of
probably won't.
scared.
I think we probably won't receive any numbers for like another week or so.
I'm really scared. Like, you know, this is like the first time where I'm completely in the dark by how a song is doing. It's on it and it's on a big platform, so it's like it's gonna get exposed to more people than I've ever really thought. But I've had people really retweeting my music and like sharing it, and I'll tell you this story. There's this guy. Um, he I'm not gonna tell you his name because I don't know if he knows this story. Um, I was I was just going through some Netflix stuff. I saw a movie, and in this movie, I see this guy. I'm like, this guy is cute as fuck. So I'm going through the titles. I'm like, who the fuck is this person? Like I'm going through the credits. I find his name. I find him on I find him on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram. He ends up following me back, follows me on Twitter, adds me on Snapchat. Like at this point, we friends on Facebook now and everything. We full blown conversation. And he has a hefty amount of followers. He went ahead and retweeted my music and everything. And I'm like, it puts me in the mindset of as long as you take your chances, like even if you're making friends, take your chances, speak to people, like reach out to like not everybody's going to be an asshole towards you. Take a chance on yourself, and there's benefits out there through everything.
There is, and that's the thing. Like that's something I'm really learning how to do. Like I said, this whole being with Marshall Park is a whole learning experience for me because I've been doing it independent for all these years, and to allow someone else to kind of take the reins a little bit. But the cool part is,
Experience, but
yeah, but the cool part is, through like following people on Instagram, like right now I'm following, in fact, Lil Kendra from Chasing Atlanta, which is a pretty big reality show now on YouTube.
never heard of it. I'm be honest.
Go check it out. It's getting a lot of traction now. But one of the not characters, one of the people on the show, named Lil Kendra, she's a rapper. I think she's really dope. But she started following me on Instagram. I was just following her, and I have been following her for like quite some time. And then all of a sudden, just one day, she starts following me, and then then I see she starts liking my post, and so it's one of those like you never know who's watching, you never know who's going to like what you do, or you never know. I mean, because you never know, by her following me, that might open the door for, you know what I'm saying, for something.
more and more.
Yeah, like I don't know, but so I mean, I'm learning to be more open. I'm learning to be more receiving when it comes to opportunities, and I'm learning, and it's actually starting to work out, which is great. But it's a learning experience.
So, like, when did you realize that you had to be more open? Like, what was that turning point? Like,
Um, I would I would say the day I realized it was after. Okay, I started realizing it after I got signed, but it was more. I started realizing it even more when we were going through the process of making sure the single sounded good and everything, and and then I started just gradually doing more on Instagram, posting more and stuff. But one day when I finally like clicked in my mind, like, you know what, if I'm going to be the artist that I want to be, some things need to change. So I literally went on Instagram. I deleted all of my pictures. I deleted everything. If you go on Instagram, like I had like 600 posts, that was only like 10, you know, and I did that. And then like I said, then I just started being more open and trying to be more receptive. But that was hard because again, I'm so used to doing everything by myself, and then also just being more receptive to hearing people's advice, hearing what people had to say. Because again, before I was like, nah, I got it, I'm good. And in reality, I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm not,
you over there, you're like, I'm so good. Everything is great. You look like you got it together inside. You're like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? Life is, crumbling. And I definitely resonate with that a lot. 'Cause one thing that I've had to learn that you probably would benefit from hearing is like, it, it's not your fault, so you let it go. Like, you can't control everything around you, um, and you can't let everything around you control you. Like, live your life to the best of your abilities. Sometimes shit is going to happen. It's gonna be really fucked up. It's gonna be, it's gonna hurt every now and again. But at the end of the day, what doesn't kill us
that's,
makes us stronger.
that's right. That's true. And that's how I'm trying to look at it now. And but again, once I started being more open and being more receptive, then that's when I started getting more followers. Then that's when I started, getting more attention. That what I'm saying. So now, people are like, okay, we want to follow Dom now. We want to like, what I'm saying? Like, so, now it's like I'm on this wave of just positive thinking, positive, trying to be more positive. I know with at work, my regular job, sometimes that's hard because I just want to like freaking pluck my freaking eyebrows out. But but yeah, I mean it's just learning to be more receptive, and it's hard, but it's a lesson that we all have to learn. Sucks I learned it later, but glad I did.
It's gonna be hard. It is definitely going to be hard. But hey, at the end of the day, it's I wouldn't even say you learned it later. You learned it at the time where you were supposed to learn it. Because everything that we've been through in our lives lead us up to who we are as people now. The reason why we are more compassionate is because of the bullshit that we've been through, because of the things that we had to deal with as human beings. And I know for me, like if I were to tell people some of the things that I've been through, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, how did you make it?" And the truth is, sometimes I was close to not making it, but the fact that I'm here now and I can actually, have a message or a testimony or what have you, that just goes to show me that the universe put me into a position to where I had to go through the bullshit so that I can be there for people who might be going through similar situations as I am
Yeah,
you know so it's like I learned my lesson at the exact right time. I learned about my life at the exact right time, and I believe that you did too. And I believe your music is showing that as well. Like just the way you're speaking about the music you're making now proves that like you have an awareness of yourself that most people do not. You know, some people think that, oh, because I sing pretty, then that's enough. And I'm like, no, you know, you can sing a song, but the song doesn't have the emotion about it. It sounds good because you're singing and you're in key, you're on tone and all that, but you're singing just to be singing. But if you sing with a passion, no matter if you're singing about getting drunk in a club or having your heart broken, and when you sing with that passion, people are going to believe you.
That is true.
So,
No, but I think that's what
yeah,
happened. I think that's what happened with my first album when I did like I fucking hate you and then even the song I have another song on there, you'll see it as called In the Wilderness. Like, that was to me, that was just about getting the fuck away from everything. Like I wanted during that time, I just wanted because I was dealing with depression a lot. I was dealing with like high anxiety. I still deal with them, but not as bad. Well, sometimes as bad, but not as bad as I used to. Um, and I wrote a song basically just like I just want to get the fuck away. Like, what I'm saying? Like in that sense, I wanted to find what I called, my wilderness. And it's even that way in the Bible, where you just need to find that wilderness. You need to find that space that, where you could just have a conversation with yourself.
right.
It's just you, nature, it's just you, the universe, God, and your thoughts.
Right. And that makes like a whole lot of sense. And fun fact, Old Town Road is about the exact same thing.
Mhm.
It's about getting away to, you know, find out who you are as a person. You know, you have to get away and find yourself and find your tribe and find out what life has in store for you.
Yeah. I mean, even now, it's like speaking of finding your tribe, I didn't really find my tribe, like my team of people, until like the last year. Um,
Right.
because at the time my first album came out, I had thought, the people that, was behind me, truthfully, they didn't, a lot of them didn't have the best interest. They were trying to mold me and shape me into something.
Keep talking. I'm about to change location real quick.
Are you cool?
Yeah, I'm still listening though.
Oh, you're good. But no, like those people really didn't. They didn't. They were just trying to mold me and shape me into what they wanted. And
Right.
the very second I refused to do that, they all dropped me.
And you know, that's crazy how that is because it's like people want you around when you are doing what they want you to do. People love you when you are standing still and you're not really making moves for yourself. But the very millisecond that you start making moves for yourself and you start trying to find a purpose for yourself, that's when people have an issue with you. And I don't like people like that.
I don't either. And but again, that's just how some people are. And it's but again, it's just another lesson learned, and we've moved on from that, and now we have people around us who are supportive, who is like, hey, I'm glad I had people around me that will be like, and that ain't the song, dude. Like, nah, like when it came to drunk, there was kind of like mixed reviews at first,
Yeah.
but then once the official version was done, they were like, okay, like this is it. Like,
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, so when I was playing that song in the studio, everybody was like, "Oh my god, like I think that this is a hit." And I was like, "Well, you know, I wouldn't be on it if it didn't sound good." That's one thing you were going to learn about me. Like, if I don't like a song, I will tell you that I don't like the song. I'll say it in the nicest way possible, but you're going to know that I don't like the song. Like, it's not the song for me, or you know, because I don't think there's no, that's not true. I was about to say I don't think there's such thing as a bad song, but that's definitely not true. I don't think that I think there's certain songs that can be good that are just not for me. And there's certain songs that can be amazing that, you know, the wrong people were singing on.
true.
You know, case in point, I think that Rihanna's song "Stupid in Love" is an amazing song. I like Brandy's version better. But you know, Brandy is my spirit animal, so there's odds.
Brandy, I'm like, especially, I was super happy not only that she released more music, but
Yeah.
especially when Cinderella came out on Disney Plus.
You know, she follows me on Twitter.
That's dope. I'm trying
Yeah.
to. I need her to follow me on Twitter. Shoot, because
Like that was a shock for everybody involved. Because it was my birthday in 2014, and she, like, everybody on my followers list was basically just like tweeting at her like, follow Quincy, and she followed me.
that's dope.
Yeah, so I was very appreciative of that. Like, love me some Brandy.
I love Brandy. Like she's too amazing. Like
Ooh, Jesus. I'm just trying to move around the best way I can. I'll take that back. I'm going back this way. Anyway.
but oh man. But
But
no,
anyways.
but no, again, I'm super excited about your single. I'm excited about your album. Like I think this is gonna be a fire year for us. I really do.
It is. It is. And, you know, if anything, we can continue to make music, you know, whatever works. Um, I'm down. As long as the songs are keep remaining dope as hell, like I am down for it.
Definitely. And I'm like I said, I'll be working on some stuff. I know right now I'm working on a track for Prince Cat Eyes.
Love him.
So I'm working on that, and then also I'm supposed to be featured on another song of his as well for his next album. But so we're gonna be working. It's gonna be a busy year, but at the end of it all, I just pray that we all find success in some sort of way.
Definitely. I have a song with him that is also going to be on that album. So, you know, it's really a dope track. It's called I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you it, but it's a dope track. Let's just leave it at that.
Well,
Let's not get me in trouble.
I'm not gonna reveal too much about my album yet, but Prince Cat Eyes is on it as well. So I mean, that's the cool part about being with a label, I guess, is that everyone could be on everybody's albums.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I need to find, like, I think I have some tracks I have the perfect track for you. But I would love for you to produce some of the, you know, tracks on my album. Like at least one or two.
okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like I said, I'll work on it, get some ideas. Send some ideas your way.
Yes.
Sure, I heard the vibe that you're going for the album, but I just want to make sure sonically, that I try to match it or get close to matching as possible. So
Yes, yes. Like I want it to be like, no matter what you're doing at night, like if you're going to a club, you know, go off. If you just want to stay at home smoking weed or whatever, and that's your idea of season the night, like I have a song for that. If you want to be booed up, like I got songs for that. If you were in the middle of the club and you want to take somebody home, I actually got a song for that too, and that is almost similar to drunk, but it has a different vibe in a sense. So, you know, I have vibes for like anything that you could think of a vibe for, like the first time I met somebody and I fell in love. Like there's something for everybody on this album.
definitely, and same for me. Like, I mean, everyone's gonna find at least one track that they like. So,
Definitely.
but
As they should.
for
As
sure.
they fucking should.
Man, well, I know we've been talking for almost 2 hours. Lord,
Period.
because we go. That's the thing, though. Like, we could always go into off on a tangent and just talk for like ever. But no, but I mean, I'm super glad we got to do this. So I will say, to kind of end the whole interview,
Yo, we need like a podcast or something. Like we need to just get
Me
on
too.
Zoom a couple of days, like one day out of a week, and just like go on a tangent and upload that to YouTube and keep doing that.
Well, because I actually was gonna do. So I had a podcast in 2019.
Yeah.
Kind of let it go, but I'm thinking about bringing it back. And at first I was just like, local only, but now I'm just like, fuck it, let's try to get a little bit of everybody in on it. So definitely, like I could definitely restart that. I actually am planning on restarting it. And like I said, I think I like that idea. We just go hit it on, go on Zoom and just, talk, do whatever we do whatever we want.
Yeah, like because it's one of those things to where like the conversations, like I think you and I are similar and different enough to where the perspectives will mesh beautifully. You know
Oh,
what I mean? Because it's like you have a perspective from your side, I have a perspective from my side. I'm a little, I wouldn't say a little more quirky, but you see me with orange hair and the third eye glasses and a fucking poncho.
I mean, you never know. I might just show up in a whole, kimono situation.
Kimono, that's the word I was looking for.
You never know. I might show up in a, freaking Gucci bathrobe one day.
Period. As you should.
You never
And there a bitch should say something about it.
exactly. Like you never know. Like tonight, at first I was gonna like kind of like I wouldn't say dress up, but like be a little more dressed. But then I'm like, I was throwing the pineapple shirt, kind of.
Literally,
It's cold as fuck. I'm in Colorado. It's cold as hell. I'm sorry, no, it's cold as Jack Frost balls out here. Like it's bad.
no, but literally it's like this is just like something I had laying around. I wear these glasses all day. I was like, let me just throw the kimono on and just like see I'm actually supposed to be wearing this tomorrow. So if you see me tomorrow in an interview wearing the same thing, mind your business.
That's okay. It's all good. I mean, sometimes artists do that. They'll do like 20 interviews in the same outfit. You know,
No, it's like, child, Nicki Minaj would never.
no, neither would Cardi B. Never.
Beyonce just wouldn't do the interview.
But I kind of like that about Beyonce that she doesn't do a lot of interviews, but when she does do an interview, it's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't do interviews. She does documentaries. If she got something to say, she gonna release a whole documentary.
And an album to match.
Right.
Because I'm sorry, that Black is King film, that was freaking amazing. Blew my freaking mind.
Beautiful. She actually did an interview for that
She did.
with E, I think.
Mm-hmm. She did,
Yes.
but at the same time, I'm like, nah, the documentary, in my opinion, that film spoke for itself. She didn't have to promote it.
It
That film
does.
spoke for itself. The music spoke for itself. And some people
Well,
were like, "Oh, well, we didn't really like it." Well, why didn't you like it? Well, it wasn't Beyonce. I said, "Oh, it wasn't that pop shit y'all like."
right.
It was,
Oh, you remember that whole thing where they're like the moment you realize Beyonce was black, and
yep.
right after she released Formation, I'm like,
But
child,
at the same time, she's
yeah,
been doing it. She's been, what I'm saying? She's been about, brown skin, female empowerment. Even her Coachella performance was blackety black, black, black. You know what I'm saying? Paying tribute to the
yeah,
HBCUs. Like how black does this woman need to get for y'all to understand that she black? Like,
right. She went to the Super Bowl dressed up as Black Panthers.
exactly. Like how black, even I mean, how black does this woman need to get before y'all understand she is a black woman 100%, and she is proud
Right.
of it.
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I don't know either,
Mm-mm-mm.
but
But I'm about to go get me something to eat. You're
me
not about to have me all in here all night chopping it up.
for
We'll
real,
we'll talk about this podcast or whatever situation, YouTube
definitely,
situation.
definitely.
Um, but child, this alcohol is kicking my ass. I need to get me some
I mean,
Nourishment.
mine spilled accidentally because the light fell.
Uh,
I know, party foul, but
yeah.
but
Tomorrow's about to be a big
next time,
day.
next time I'm gonna have the whole bottle with me, like right here.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a movement.
But no, let's do
Yeah.
it. I mean, but I'm all for doing these videos more often. These are so fun.
Right. And I think like our banter is so organic. Like I don't think it can really be matched. So if I were to do these type of videos, it would definitely be with you.
It'll be. I mean, again, it's just. I like you said before, we are different, but also very similar. That it works. Like we can have a whole conversation and never really like argue or be disrespectful to each other because this is how that's just how
Right.
we are. But at the same time, if we disagree, we say that we disagree. Stay, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a pure conversation, And a lot of times you don't really find that with a lot of people, because you got people like Joe Budden. I love Joe.
Mhm.
I love Joe, but
Mhm.
but dude is super freaking frustrating sometimes. Cause
Yeah.
he'd be like, he'll say something and like the artist just be pissed off 2 seconds later, and then Joe still be trying to like, like, come on, bro, come on, bro. It's like Joe.
Yeah. Um, but I like him during State of the Culture because he has those people around him to be like, yo, chill. That original girl he had on State of the Culture though, I did not like her.
No.
No, no. But the new people he had, that new girl he got on there, and Remy and Jinx,
Yep.
I love the dynamic of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, Remy and Joe, they've been friends forever,
Yeah.
pretty much. So they've already established a good relationship. And
Mm,
that's another thing that makes a big difference is when you already like have a decent relationship with the people that you're doing the show with, because then y'all can just talk about almost anything, and what I'm saying, and then still leave the conversation still having mad respect and love for each other.
definitely, and that's the thing. Like, I even if I were to get passionate or heated about a topic, I would definitely still try to keep it in a respectful manner,
Right.
because it's like, yeah, I might have my thoughts about Christianity or whatever, but I understand that one is the most popular religion in the world, and two is the most populated religion in the world. So like, it's not something I'm going to be able to get away from. Why would I disrespect someone else when I would want them to respect my beliefs and my way of living? you
Oh,
know
yeah.
it's like, it's the same thing, like I said, like, treat people how you want to be treated, give the respect you want to be given.
Yep. Exactly.
Like, it's really that simple. People act like they can't understand it, and I'm just like, for why?
Well,
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know.
Well, I
Well,
need to get food.
I do too, but let me just go ahead and end it. The official ending for Artists on.
Yes,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was again Quincy Tyree. This is
all up in your sound bites.
this will probably be split into like three full parts. I don't know yet, but
Yes.
but no, man, I had so much fun. I love that we do get to do these, and so definitely make sure you guys go and stream Quincy's new single "Go Off."
Go
It's
off.
everywhere, literally everywhere, anywhere music is purchased and streamed. Make sure you go get that. And also my new single featuring Quincy, Drunk, is also everywhere where music is purchased and streamed. We love you.
Oh,
Oh,
and there's one more song that I am featured on that came out right before my birthday. It's called Getting Money Though. It's by Liddy Bros. So he's everywhere. He's booked busy.
nice. See, well, we all booked busy. We all doing it. So, but yeah, definitely. I'm gonna put all of our information below in the description. So if you guys want to ever book us, whatever you want to do, get us for a feature, you are more than welcome to, click on one of those or copy and paste one of those and get in contact with us. So thank you once again, Quincy. Thank you for coming back on the Artist on Artist platform. This is Artist on Artist
Always.
you. Um, Yeah, very special interview. Go get our singles. Go stream it. Buy it. Whatever you want to do with it. Play it for your dog. I don't care. Just as long as you play.
Okay, bye.
Bye.